How's it going, guys? It's your boy Darth Shigong coming at you from Gaming on the Duck Side, GOTDS. And it's time for the holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I'm celebrating with you guys. And we're celebrating in Call of Dragons. They've come out with their brand new update, Dragonfall. It's also going to be time for their new holiday stuff. So let's get into this.
You don't know the power
Of gaming on the
dark side.
Here we go. We got update 1.033 Dragonfall. We're going to go through the update that we have right here on the notice board. Now, I apologize in the background if you guys can hear. There's a bunch of construction happening outside my window. So if you hear a bunch of knocking, machinery going off, that's what's happening. Just giving you a heads up. Anyways, let's see here. We got a really cool little graphic. Dragonfall Snow Lights Eve. You can see me moving it right here. I like it. I mean, I really like their artwork. I wish they would do more stuff like this. It's pretty cool. They have really good artwork here. Season of Strife. Obviously, we got the new scenario, new map. If you guys have seen it, other people probably already started talking about it, how it works out. We have the two teams. It's pretty interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to roll out this season. I do like how pretty much every season there's something slightly different, so it makes at least that interesting. Gives you some hope. It's not until you get into the season, about maybe like a week or two into it, and things start falling apart, and like, whatever, this new features, whatever. But we'll see. Maybe this will be better. Let's see here. We got the new fellowship system. Now, this is something I'm interested in. This seems interesting here, right? It says form a fellowship to share heroes, artifacts, and unlock Legion teleport. So I'm assuming these guys, this Legion that you create, maybe the Legion teleport is you teleport all together to one place, maybe based off of one person. So maybe if like one of us runs out somewhere, the rest of us can all join him, right? It's like kind of like an Avengers Assemble moment. I sit there and say, Avengers, assemble! And they all come over to where I'm at. That's probably what's going to happen, I'm thinking. It looks interesting, like we can share heroes and treasures. I'm wondering how this works. Like, I mean, do we just have one massive Legion all together? Do we have troops that we control? Are we just donating heroes to this thing? I mean, I'm really interested to see how this works. It would be pretty interesting if it's just heroes, right? No troops, right? That'd be crazy, but who knows? We'll find out. Now you got Snow Lights Eve. This is going to be the event that starts on the 19th. It looks like we'll be able to get this here, City's Winter Theme Epic. You know, I think we already have this. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Let's go out to our city. Let's see here. Skins. No. Arctic Citadel. That's that one. Tree Spirit. You know, I don't think we have that one yet. No, I think this is a brand new skin. Even though it gives what marksman. I think this interesting. You know what, guys? I think that might be a new skin. If I'm wrong, let me know. Maybe it's really early in the morning for me, so I'm not seeing it, but Winter's Hymn. That might be a new skin, so that's kind of cool. All right, guys. And then we get this. Here's a decoration. These are kind of cool, too. I like them. They don't do any buffs for your castle. It's just nice to decorate your little castle with some new stuff. So I'll be definitely grabbing that bad boy, especially since it's elk, and put them up in my castle. Great Heights, something I won't be participating in because, I really can care less about marksman. I know some of you guys here, this is going to be awesome for you. I mean, 10% marksman unit attack. I mean, that's pretty golden, especially for those guys that are trying to get those behemoth frames. And to win those behemoth fights, you'll definitely want some of your people on here having this skin, your whales anyways. Now, this is interesting, though. It looks like they moved to the top 20 as opposed to the top 10. So 10 more people will have a chance to get the permanent version of the skin, which is pretty cool because I've gotten once, I think I was like in 15th place. And if I would have had 15th place for the one I wanted, I would have the skin if they had this new thing in there. But then again, by that many people trying to get it, that many more people are going to be spending, it'll probably push it out, right? So, I mean, in a way, they're going to make more money, which is good for them and good for the game, I guess, as a whole. But still, these skins are going to be hard to get. Let's see here. Unless you're spending money, then they're pretty easy. Now we have a new challenge here, Frost Giants, and we're going to basically fight them in a snowball fight. Now this looks like it has a mixture of personal points and server points. So it looks like the entire server gets to participate in this, and we'll probably be ranking against other servers and personal rankings as well for additional prizes. I have no idea what the gameplay is going to be. I'm assuming we're going against that Frost Giant. Maybe we get to toss snowballs back at his ass, And as he's throwing them at us, so it kind of goes back and forth. We have some kind of snowball launcher or something we're able to do. It'll be interesting to see what this is. But, I like how they have events during the Home Kingdom period. I wish they did more of this as opposed to the 1 week before the new season starts. I wish they would start doing some of this stuff right when Home Kingdom starts. So that those first week or two of Home Kingdom that's kind of boring and everyone's kind of rebuilding their troops and gathering resources. There's something still for us to do. Just keep people interested. Because I know there's a lot of us right now that are kind of bored. We've been waiting just for this part here, so it'll be good. Anyways, we have some new heroes. And this is interesting here. So for me, I'll look at both of them here real quick. Unless one of these two are flying, personally, I don't really care. I'm not a magic user. So, but for you guys that are like magic, this should be interesting. We got Thundelin. Anyways, an elf here. She looks like she's going to be using powerful lightning spells. So that should be kind of interesting to see how that looks on the field. I wonder if you partner her up with the lightning lizard. Finally, the thunder lizard. Maybe that'll actually be useful for once. We'll see right now because I don't see anyone really rolling with a thunder lizard. Magic, PvP, and control. Okay. Then you got Thalia. Anyways, she encourages legions with music. So she's like a little minstrel, huh? A bard. Anyways, deals heavy damage and inflicts debuffs. So she's going to be magic, rally, and support. So this will be our new rally hero probably this season, going out there and doing some interesting things, especially if they've got garrison with, like, let's say, Goresh and Skolgol have magic going up against that infantry. She might be leading this, guys. That might be interesting to see what happens. Now, we do have a new war pet coming out. I mean, it's just more war pets for me to worry about in the way of my Berserk Phaedrakes I've been trying to collect. But you got the Seraphic Phaedrake. This one here is a magic-based one. Fighter skills. It's going to fly, which is nice for those flyers. So your Thea Bertrand mixtures, your your Thea Atheus. You're gonna be at least having an extra flying beast out there to help you guys out besides the Sapphire Phaedrake, right? Let's see here. New artifact, Thunder Elegy. Magic, PvP, and control. I'm assuming this thing will probably do some kind of debuff. And it's probably going to have a synergy with Thundelin. Because if you look on her head, that's her artifact. So there'll probably be something that she gets extra by having that equipped on her legions. So we'll see. That'll obviously be available to the whales, for like with the Forge of Light and those kind of events there, right? Where you have to sit there and spend a grip of cash to kind of get major optimizations. Now this is cool. I do like this. They're going to be reducing the migration cooldown. Right now it's 90 days. It'll get reduced to 60 days. So that means rather than having to wait 3 months, if you move to a server that sucks and you find out really quickly you're not welcome there, or just there's no action whatsoever, you're not stuck for 3 months, right? You're only going to be stuck for 2 months, which still is a good chunk of time, but 2 months is about how long a season is, which is nice. So you can go to one season, you didn't like it, you can try somewhere else, as opposed to being a season and a half, where basically you get stuck in the same server right now for 2 seasons before you're able to move. So I like that. I like that. That gives you a chance to test something out. You at least get to give your server a good season's worth of activity, see it, feel it, see what's going on. And if you don't like it, you can bug off to another one. I like that. They are reducing the cost, which is nice, from 400 to 300,000 alliance points for those permits. That's going to help people acquire them because they're not cheap to buy, that's for sure, with real money. I don't spend money on that, but I know people that might. And they're definitely not inexpensive, right? They got some cost. So you being able to buy them with alliance points, that helps. But this is pretty cool. They will allow you now to buy them for gems, which looks like about $1,000 gems per permit. Which, hey, that seems reasonable to me. Now they have an actual cost. I mean, we can actually dollar cost that out even if we want to. It looks like about maybe, was that $1.50, something like that? Because I think you get 2,000 gems for no, actually it's a little more than that, isn't it? Let's see here, $4.99, $2, like $2 per permit. So I mean that's not too bad. Oops, get that out of there, guys. Sorry, my little prayer daily thing popped up. Anyways, so because I only have a prayer of actually being able to do any real damage with flyers this season. Still, that's what I have to do there. I mean, it's not exactly a guarantee for success, my gameplay, but I enjoy it. Anyways, guys, so you can buy some permits. This helps out those people that want to move. Obviously, yes, whales will be able to buy their permits, but they still got to wait 60 days. There's still a 60-day cooldown. So even the most whale of whales, the krakenest of krakens, still is stuck someplace for 60 days before they're able to go somewhere. So that doesn't really matter. They, they can sit there and buy all the permits they want. They're not going to be migrating left and right, which is cool. But at least gives players that maybe don't want to, spend money, like actual money, because right, you can get gems in the game from gameplay. You can farm for them, you can sell resources for them. I mean, you can get the gems. And for those that just can't get the alliance points, maybe you're, like I said, you're in a server that's dead, and there's just no alliance buildings to be built, or you're in an alliance of 1 or 2 people, and just trying to get points is horrible. You're not going to get them. Well, hey, you can buy them with gems now. So, I mean, that at least helps you out still. So that's kind of nice. Let's see here. Next. Now, this one I am super stoked about. Titan's Legacy. Now, it's been the same reward, right? These are your season pass that you buy, right? It's been the same reward all the way through, right? It's always been the same stuff here. Once they've had it, they have the same city skins, which they still haven't changed those. It'd be nice if they added in an extra skin, maybe. Those are the same city skins we've had forever. So once you got those knocked out, you have your artifacts here. Now, before it was Shadow's Blade, Sorlin's Blade, Dragon Rift, and Tears of Arbonne. Those were the only 4 that were available. But now they've added 4 more. They added the Phoenix Eye, the Heart of Kamasi, Spring Blades, yes, and Dragon Scale Armor. So I am stoked because I finally got Spring Blades. Now I can get that all the way up, maxed out, which is great. I don't have Dragon Scale Armor. I definitely want to have it, so I'll be grabbing that. The Heart of Kamasi I do have. I want to say it's level 2, but it's a great marksman's artifact. Nice. And my Phoenix Eye. Why not? So the fact that you're able to max out more definitely gives me something to look forward to every season's pass. I mean, that's going to keep me busy for at least, 10 more seasons now? I mean, at least, to try to get, obviously to get them and to max them out and all that stuff. I mean, so that's good. That's good. It gives me something to look forward to, something to put those points into, and a reason to buy that season pass every season. So thank you, developers, for that. And that is this portion of it. Now, they did give out Kella's update, so let's look at that really quickly here. Let's go to my saved. All right, so here's Dragonfall, right? So you got Kella talking about it like usual. Let's see if there's anything a little more in-depth compared to what they put out over there. You guys can read all this on your own if you want to. Go ahead and pause it or read it in the game. You don't need to have me reading it off to you. But let's see here. Obviously, yeah, I'm talking about Dragonfall. I mean, basically, if you've played for 3 seasons and all that stuff, you should be able to register for this season of Strife, which is Dragonfall. If you're a brand new player, I don't think they let you just jump into this. I think you have to go through a couple seasons in other servers first before you get to do this. Dragonfall season features. Now, this is interesting how they're doing it. I mean, if you guys, there's probably already videos about it. I think Chisel put a video out about it too, and all talking about how they're doing these camps now. And they're kind of forcing the matchmaking, so we have less control over how we matchmake with each other and the teams that we'll be part of. Now, whether or not that team is going to be good or you're going to get along, that's a matter of diplomacy and working together, right? But it is interesting they're kind of making this happen, and they're not going to allow basically for, stacking or I mean, there should be more of a chance now of more dynamic fights throughout the season, which I'm hoping happens, as opposed to 1 or 2 things happen. Either there's no fights at all until you get further into the season, or everything happens in the very beginning and quote unquote one team wins in a sense, and the rest of the season for the losing team is boring as hell, right? And even for the winning team, they're really not doing much. You're just kind of biding your time to get your rewards. It's not really as fun as just having some straight up fights going on. Let's see here. So there'll be whole videos about that. We're not going to go into how that all works out. The new fellowship system, like we already covered, that's something I'm very interested in seeing how that goes. It just says they share heroes. It doesn't really say how it's going to work. It just tells you what's going to happen. So I'm kind of curious. Now this is interesting. Rapid siege warfare. The horns of war have sounded in the region of Colonsantal, whatever. Alliance building, construction, and removal speed has been greatly increased, providing an entirely different combat experience. So we're going to be able to build our towers and other stuff quicker, and then we're going to be able to also tear them down much quicker. So this is going to make it, way more dynamic, because one of the things that I know people would do is you can have a tower, let's say we're defending, and you can allow an enemy to come in and maybe beat it all the way down. They spend like an hour and a half. We're kind of whittling them down, killing their troops, putting them in the hospital, but we're not really hardcore pushing on them until the tower gets to, let's say, 5%, 10%, something like they're really close. Like the last 2 minutes of the dang thing, 3 minutes, and then you just come in, boom, and just annihilate the other team. Finish them off, put so many other people in the hospital, and your tower is still there and it rebuilds. And all that hour and a half or whatever of fighting back and forth is kind of wasted. So they make that much more quick, where those towers are going down a lot faster. It'll force us to have to be more active to defend and also to attack. So I think this will make fights a lot less boring in those senses, where it's just like a grind fest, and make it more about, hey, we're fighting. We got to keep on moving because things are happening quickly. So I like that. I liked army groups. I did like it last season. I didn't get a chance to play with it as much as I would like because, like I said, I'm flying, and I would prefer people having flyers with me as opposed to just a bunch of cavalry running on the ground. So it was kind of tricky to make my groups up. Hopefully there'll be more flyers this season for me to partner with, and I can do that more often. But it looks like they're adding it into the season policies with new and unique policies. Now, I could have swore we had some policies last season, with the those were season talents, not policies, and all that we had. We had the little talents, right? So this should be interesting to see what they do in the policies for us to really strengthen our groups up. So that's kind of cool. Now, like I said, we got the new heroes. That's all good. It shows who's who. Lucky Spin and Wheel of Destiny for Thunderlin, right? And then Wheel of Destiny and Strongest Lord for Thalia. Interesting. Well, she is the rally one, so I can see why she'd be the PvP one. Let's see here. The new legendary artifact, yeah, like I said, Forge of Light, Riches of the Forest, basically spending events. The new war pet. Now, here's something interesting, guys. A new behemoth, or should we say a new reskin of one. Added the new behemoth, Cosmic Rock. Said to be the favorite creature of the god of darkness. The Cosmic Rock flew faster than any other rock to travel the depths of the stars. Work together with allies to conquer. So that means in this new season, guys, we will have a new frame. So I know people are going to be fighting tooth and nail to get to those rocks and to beat it down as quickly as possible. So that new skin will come in handy, guys, for those marksmen. That extra 10% there is going to help out a lot. Well, I should say 5% over the regular marksman skin. It's going to help. Every little tiny bit is going to help these alliances that are, the top alliances that are trying to be the speediest to beat out other alliances to get that new frame, right, for the Cosmic Rock. I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to look like, but that's what's going to happen. I'm curious to see what these new attacks are going to be. Maybe rather than a bunch of electricity balls that's throwing out freaking meteors at you or something like that. So we'll see. And let's see, new events. We do have our Snowlight's Eve. This is their usual thing, right? 2 weeks or about a week or so of random events where they'll have things you can do by collecting treasure chests and, collecting like little tiny, you have 2 basically currencies in the game you'll get. They might be like little snowmen and, let's say, Christmas trees. I don't know, whatever. And you have to collect both of those in certain numbers to be able to redeem them for other stuff. We'll have all these little events going on that gives you those kind of things as rewards. I'm pretty sure there'll be a purchase buyback, all that good stuff that really helps people spend more money in the game, especially this close to Christmas. I guess your own Christmas gift. And of course, we have Great Heights, which is the whale event. Let's see here. Yeah, so that should be pretty cool. They're saying it's more easier to attain. We already talked about that. Combat system improvement. They did make some improvements, I guess, here on Danfell and Mogro. Those are infantry heroes. And like, since I don't play infantry, I really don't know enough to talk about it. I really don't know how they were before. So any infantry mains, if you guys have some input you want to put in the comments below and tell me if these are actually good changes or were they needed changes, I don't know. I really don't know enough about infantry here to really go deep into this. I'm not going to try to pretend, right? Let's see. Gain. Now that was an interesting one, right? Where they're saying anyone behind you got a certain skill set. So like, obviously infantry should be in the front line, so everyone behind you is getting this thing. But it looks now that it's kind of changing it to every 10 seconds. What the heck? I just don't understand. It looks like it's just changing the amount. This is buffing those guys. Interesting. Brother in Arms. Like I said, guys, I don't know enough. I didn't play these guys, so I don't know if these are good changes or bad changes. You guys let me know. Like I said, I'm not an infantry guy. Mogro. Now, the only way I can say is this. On Mogros, I did this right here, since I do fight with cavalry. On the ground cavalry, I can see this being awesome. Right, his lash out. What I liked about that was that it caused an AoE, and I think with one of his other skills, he's able to then also spread debuffs, which is awesome. If you're a cavalry main, having Mogro in the background, especially if you're like using something like Ferondel, and he's able to now put cowardice on 3 legions as opposed to just 1, you can make for a pretty annoying cavalry unit going out there and helping out helping out and just doing stuff. I mean, you can do quite a bit more having Mogro a part of that. So if you're like one of those guys that rides around with like 5 cavalry units, because you're able to roll that way because you have them on the ground. Right now, I can only fly with 3 flying legions, and so I don't have 5 legions to play with that way, and I don't have enough of my elk riders to run with 5 legions. So it kind of throws me off a bit, but it's kind of interesting. Let's see here. Alliance system. This is for those guys running their alliances. You have to ask the kings and the other people that run the alliances more about this stuff here, but it looks like they have a priority list. That priority list, from what I remember, was you're able to kind of like name off certain people. So I know that, you're able to kind of move people around, right? You have more than one alliance. You have your little shells. I think by having the priority list, you allow people to kind of hop in and out easier, as opposed to them getting kind of stuck one place or the other. So now, rather than it being 30 people, they've expanded it to 60 people. The Fog of War, this sounds interesting. They're going to improve the visuals so that we can see each other easier in the Fog of War. I mean, the Fog of War wasn't so much meant to where you couldn't see units. It was just you couldn't hit them with ranged. You should still be able to see them so you can target them with your melee based. So I think that's going to be easier now to kind of find each other in there and fight against people. But what's interesting too is they've now reduced the immunity, right? So before, you could do no ranged damage. Now, it's gone from 100% to 70%, so you're getting like basically a 30% reduction in the damage you're taking. So ranged units can still hit you, and they can still hurt you. Now, the more I'm thinking about it, though, they should make it to where ranged units can't see in the fog. You're just kind of firing at random. Maybe that's why it's 30%. You're still getting hit by stuff, because they're just throwing out arrows. It would be interesting to really make Fog of War a real Fog of War. Make it to where the same thing, right? Immunity is down, 30%, but you not only hit the enemies, but you have the potential to hit your own units with 30% damage as well, right? I mean, you're freaking flinging out arrows and fireballs and all kinds of crud into this fog. You really can't see who's in there. Who knows who you're hitting? So Fog of War should be to where you can hit friendly units. We have friendly fire. That would be interesting, because that's really what the Fog of War does, right? You don't know who you're shooting at, who's coming at you, and there's a lot of friendly fire incidents. And that would make that interesting. I mean, maybe not your own alliance mates, but people in your war band you can hit. I don't know. I don't know how they'd work that out in the code, but that would be very, very interesting, because then you'd have to say, do I really want this Fog of War out? And if we do, we're not firing off inside there because our own troops are in there. All right, so I don't know. It'd be interesting. I think it'd be an interesting mechanic. Look into it. Let's see. Season system improvements. Once the migration's easier, they already talked about that. You can read about that stuff. Home realm resource. Okay, I know this was something people were asking about. In home realm or home kingdom, we've been sitting there for a while, and most of the time the resources suck. And when I say suck, it's just that they're really small, so you have to be online a whole lot more just so you can farm, which is annoying because farming isn't really necessarily fun, and who wants to check their phone every hour just to keep farming? So now they're going to be basically having it to where the resource nodes will get higher in level the more seasons you've played. So that's good. So let's say, for example, we're in server 31. We've been playing since pretty much launch. Our home kingdom should have way higher resources than someone who's only played, this is their second season of Strife in their home kingdom. So that's kind of cool. That'll make farming, because like I said, the home kingdom time is kind of boring anyways. You just kind of put your farmers out, go do something else for a few hours, right? 5-6 hours, come back and put farmers out again. So I like that. It looks like they'll have their Darkling Force. Everything else is going to be going higher, which gets more of a challenge, gives better rewards. Makes it better. You've been playing longer. Why not? Augerstone quest difficulty. That looks like they're going to be reducing that to make it a little easier for people to get some of the quests done. Realm management. I have no idea how this works. I don't manage a realm. It looks like there's two different things we're looking at here, right? You have personal power, and they also have personal influence. I don't understand how personal influence is supposed to work. This is something that we'll have to do another video on, or someone else has to talk about, because this is not my thing. I have no idea what this is. None. Please comment below. Let me know. Let's see here. Merit store display improvements. Oh, okay. That's nice. A red dot notification displayed each time the merit stores are refreshed. That's cool. I wish it would give a better idea of when they do those midweek refreshes. you know, when it's going to happen, or kind of notify you, hey, that this is going to refresh in a day. Because, like, you know, sometimes how, like, during the Auger Stone, it goes from regular Merit Store that says, oh, now we're at, you know, improved Merit Store or whatever Merit Store, like, and the stuff in the Merit Store gets better, you know, quote unquote better and all. I wish they would do a better notification so that way you don't waste your refresh. Like on a Monday, I sit there and get it all, and then I refresh right away, and then, oh crap, I didn't know that this was going to be getting changed up. Because that kind of sucks sometimes. Let's see here. What do we got? Artifact Reforge feature. They're going to give you back all your arcane dust. I have yet to reforge an artifact. I just don't do it. You know, I just keep, I don't know. I guess if you really, really needed to get another artifact leveled up, this would make sense maybe, and just get rid of your older ones. But I've just never reforged an artifact. Let's see here. Titan's Legacy. We already talked about that. Better rewards. Leveling up. This is basically just going to let you know how much power you've actually gained when you level things up. Okay, interesting. Hero upgrade improvements. Heroes available in Season 1 have been reverted to their Season 1 values. Oh, what? They would have... No, that sucks. I guess I don't know. I don't know why they would have different XP requirements for different heroes in different seasons. That makes no sense to me. Let's see here. Auto peacekeeping feature. They're going to give you better reports on that. I have yet to use auto peacekeeping. I have to try that out and see how that works. City relocation improvement. Improve the city auto relocation feature for players who have been offline for long periods, reducing the amount of time spent offline required to trigger this. So basically, it's like, you know, if you've been not playing for a bit, right? You're a farmer or farmers, and you just don't ever come. I'm not even a farmer, man. Like, you don't even farm. You're just farming dust on your account. I guess it relocates you. When it relocates you, I know that it says like, oh, you've been attacked, even though you haven't been. Like, there's no report of you being attacked. It just says that. I don't know if it's an automatic message for you. But you get relocated to some random spot in the map. It looks like this is going to happen a lot more quickly, as opposed to being in the same place for, let's say, 4 days. Now, if you're there for 2 days, you're gone. So log in more often, guys, if you don't want your castle going someplace it shouldn't be going. Let's see here. They're improving the difficulty. They've reduced the difficulty for certain behemoths. Dire Bear, Thunder Rock. I wonder if the difficulty of Dire Bear, they're going to make his charge block smaller. Because, I mean, we've been playing for what now? 2 years? 2 years? And there's still players who have the inability to dodge the bear. It makes absolutely no sense to me how you can miss that. How do you get hit by the bear? Now watch me talking all this crap, and the next time the bear comes up, I get hit first, and everyone's going to give me shit. I'm just saying, though, I mean, how do you not dodge that? It's like the most telegraphed attack in the game. Dodge the damn bear. It's not that hard, guys. I mean, I'm going to go freaking bald from pulling my hair out, doing raids with people who cannot dodge the bear. It makes no sense to me. Full T5 player can't dodge the bear. How? All right, guys, I'm going to have your freaking 2-year-old playing. I think my 5-year-old can dodge the bear, guys. You can dodge the bear. Sorry, you can tell this is a gripe of mine. Anyways, so if they reduce the difficulty, I don't know, man. Thunder Rock, the only way I can see them reducing difficulty on that is, hey, require less people to get those damn stones. Maybe. I don't know. Hydra, Necro Giant. Yeah, the Necro Giant, the only way I can see them reducing difficulty on that, or it would make sense to me, is that if they make it less, I guess, RNG based on which attacks the Giant's going to do to you. Right, because you get screwed and you get sometimes like the same thing like 3 times in a row. The one that's really bad, like those random bubbles going everywhere all the time, right? Those ones suck. I don't mind doing the little dodgy spiral thing with the little light beams flying at you. You can do that. The freaking bubbles flying at you, that one sucks, dude. Right? You can be dodging all you want. I mean, I can sit there and be like playing like dodgeball, be a freaking mongoose trying to dodge all kinds of stuff, and I still get whacked by those damn things. I don't care, especially if you're a freaking marksman, or even worse, a freaking mage. You're screwed. You know, you're not dodging shit. Sorry for my, but come on, man, you ain't. Right? Then you got Magma Demon. Okay, this is in Season 1. Yeah. All right. Hydra, Necro Giant, Magma Demon, and Frost Dragon in Season 2. So I guess those first 2 seasons, yeah, they're trying to make people not die as often because they want them to play longer. So maybe not. This doesn't affect us. I guess all my griping's for nothing. People are still not going to dodge the damn bear. It's just not going to happen. Let's see here. 1 tap name copying. For convenience, a copy name button has been added to the profile page, allowing you to copy your own name with 1 tap. Now, hey, if you got those weird-ass characters in your name, this will be great. because I obviously can't spell with Cyrillic, you know, or whatever freaking language you got going on in there, and they want me to spell your name back to try to hit you up. It ain't happening. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Home realm chat retained. Now this is cool. This is really cool, guys. So after season 1 ends, the chat channel for your home realm will be retained. Because now that's annoying, right? Because you have people in the home realm. Let's say you have people left behind, and everyone's moved over to the KVK side. Well, still being able to hear what's happening in your home realm is important, rather than having to sit there and teleport back or have a mini over there to find out what's happening. I like that. That's pretty cool because stuff happens. You know, stuff still happens in your backyard when you're over there fighting. New hero exclusive emojis. Zeta and Mog are getting new emojis. I wonder if these are the dynamic ones, the ones that move. So when you're like level 10 trust, you get those ones. And then bug fixes. They're saying they had something here fix an issue with Danville's mercy skill effect at melee range. This is now. Cooldowns, restriction time. That doesn't affect anything. So yeah, whatever. Those weren't, I guess, big bugs. Let's see here. And that's all they got. That's all they got. So I mean, overall, guys, this here is, you know, could be what, you know, an interesting update, right? It's got some cool stuff. I do like how they fixed or added now to the season rewards here. The Titan Legacy will have that happening, which would be great. It gives me more of an incentive to finish up those dang battle passes every season, which if you're playing the game every day, I'm not saying non-stop every day, but you finish all your, you know, you do most of your little daily challenges here, right? You get all these things knocked out for the most part, which aren't super difficult to really do. Really, it takes maybe like a half hour total of game time maybe to sit there and really finish this stuff. The weekly ones are a little more tricky, right? There, you know, but it depends. You need some alliance help, alliance building, taking behemoths, stuff like that. But you're able to do it. You know, you can finish your whole seasonal rewards and all that stuff, and get the full thing with only having to buy the first battle pass. I want to say it's like $4, $5, something like that. It's nothing crazy for the battle pass, which is nice. Now, if you want, you don't have to spend for the one where you get 20 extra levels and all that stuff, extra XP, and you don't need that, right? So that's cool. I like that. I like how you're able to do that just by playing the game. Spend a couple bucks. I mean, seriously, if you're spending like $5 for 2 months of gameplay, and that's all the money you're putting into it, I would still consider you pretty darn free to play. But you're supporting the game, right? You're supporting the developers. You enjoy this game. You're playing it free to play. I mean, throw them a bone, dude. $5 every 2 months helps the game keep going. It doesn't make you into someone who's pay to win. You're just having fun, and you're supporting the game you're playing. I mean, I spend more money at McDonald's than I would in this game, if you think about it. So, let's see here. Not much is going on. We're just building the home kingdom, getting ready for Brink of War. That should be happening, in about 8 hours. So here's our matchups. Here's how the little Season of Strife Dragonfall map is going. You guys can see this. Now, they did do it kitty corner, right? So we don't have everyone all together. And I was a little worried about that. See, like, we're part of the red team here. If they would have had us side by side, you wouldn't be fighting, right? It'd be unless you hate each other, you know, but we're supposed to be working together. So I think it automatically puts us in a warband. There's no creating a warband. You're just automatically in it. Maybe. I don't know how that works. That'll be interesting to see. I mean, can I attack server number 7 people or not? That'll be interesting to see. But we're going to have some fights happening. I can't really zoom in here, but they will happen in the very beginning. I can see how they would go, and then it looks like then we meet in the middle. Wow. And it looks like everyone's going to have access maybe to that middle land. I don't know. Or I wonder if the middle land will only be available from those extra units over there on the side. Let's see, this north and the south one. Those would be the big fights to try to control it so we're able to get in. We can lock people out. Oh, it'll be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting if you cannot get locked out of the Dragon Zone and everyone has access to it. That would be very interesting. I don't know how they pull it off. The only I can see is making the level 5 pass. You have to have a behemoth from the zone that you're coming into, so you can't come back into the home zones. That would be interesting. Very, very interesting. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's that map there. Other matchups. What's this? Oh, interesting. It shows everything else's stuff. Very cool. That's something you're into. Season map. Yes. Now, don't get me wrong here. It's saying this is happening in Belleron, right? But how come we have Zoland, Nuvola, Dalaran, and Forgotten Lands? Aren't those the main Tamaris? I mean, like the mainland. They're not part of Belleron. So why are these zones here? Unless you're coming from Zoland, you came from Forgotten Lands, you came from Dalaran, you came from Nuvola. I mean, it'll be interesting. Then it forced you to start on the coastline, and everyone had to move in. That would be interesting because you guys basically bust in here. I don't know, but otherwise, I don't know if that's just an error. But yeah, Bring of War here starts soon for us. We'll have all those events. Got to make a new updated video on that. Yeah, and that is it, man. You can see, man, we're busy. Just all hanging out, waiting, right? Hanging out and waiting. So, building troops, getting ready to go. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Let's see here. Yeah. We'll take the next video. I'll have to do it for my mini. You guys can see over there, man. He's weak as he's weak. But it's kind of interesting to play a mini account. All right, guys. Hey, that's the video for now. Just want to go over that update. I thought this would be quick, but it's not. This is a half-hour-long chat. So if you have somehow stuck around this long, listening to me chat, thank you. I'm surprised because you must have no life. But thank you very much, guys, for listening. I appreciate it. I truly do. If you haven't listened this long, well, hey, you're not listening to this part of the message. So screw you. But the rest of you guys that have stuck around, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. My next video will be covering, I think, talking about flyers. I want to start really talking about flyers because this season I really want to get into it. So I'm going to start talking about flying units for everybody. So that's something that interests you. You're interested in flying units and how to have more gameplay from that, and how I personally think that it is the future of this game. And one of the things that does make it different than everything else, I tried Age of Empires, which, hey, you like it. I didn't. It's too boring. The fighting's way too boring for me. And it's not dynamic enough. I need ranged combat, and I need flyers. That's why this is the game for me. I really do like it. But anyways, guys, that's something else. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I mean, if you stayed around for 36 minutes, guys, hit the subscribe button. I mean, seriously, what are you doing? You know, if you really like my videos, definitely hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos, since I keep trying to be consistent and I'm not. So when it dings, just be, oh my God, Darth Shigong actually made a video, and log in and check it out, because that's obviously important enough for me to make a video about. So do that. But otherwise, guys, you know, let's keep on playing the game. Let's have fun. So until, well, you know, I'm your boy Darth Shigong, and until I see you guys, I hope to catch all of you gaming on the dark side.
Just tell me what you want, what you need, what you see, what you wanna be. Tell me everything, think it into being. That's how dreams become the real thing. I'm out of the thinking, about to sink in, yeah. I've been coast to coast around this whole globe. I've seen a lot of hope, yeah. I've seen a lot of nope, I've seen a lot of growth, but we can make it more. Yeah, I'll tell you what I want.